Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
In the field, it's good to have a friend you can count on. One that's hardworking, trustworthy, and always shows up. Just like LG Seeds. Our corn hybrids and soybean varieties deliver consistent performance across all your acres, giving you reliable yield you can expect. Start this season right with LG Seeds. Talk to your local dealer or visit lgseeds.com for more information.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you, but our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the lakeshores of Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota,
the fertile fields of Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa, to the wide open plains of North and South Dakota.
We are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Illinois Army National Guard. Aired by the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
8 minutes after 7 o'clock is news time on the WHOW Morning Show. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters. And the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. The Clinton Community Education Foundation is beginning its annual mailing campaign. The Education Foundation helps provide funding to the school district for things beyond what is covered in the line items within the district's budget. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, Parker Toohill with the CCEF told Regional Radio the foundation uses the funds raised for a variety of good causes.
So our annual campaign will be going out this week. I have a card here so Seth can see it, but the main thing we're highlighting on it this year is we helped a lot in getting a new playground for Lincoln School. Anyone's welcome to go out, look at it, see what's available, but there was a teacher, Ginger Morgan. She was really the one kind of spearheading that, and she came and gave a talk at one of our board meetings, and the kids love it. Mm-hmm. There's a roller slide they love, and one of the main things is for some of the nonverbal students, there's an interactive wall, so they can like press a button that says, I want to go swing. And so they can be like, oh, okay, let's go to the swings. Or I don't know, I want to go play on the slide. So they could go do that. And we've only heard wonderful, great things from it. And we're very excited that we were able to do that for the kids.
This is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the foundation. Toohill hopes if you receive the letter in the mail this week, you'll consider giving as we embark on the giving season.
It's in a C9 envelope. I know that now because I was the one who got it printed and whatnot. But it'll be mailed out this week, and then there's a remit envelope inside, and we just ask, give what you can. If you can give more, but it really helps us in funding our endowment so that we may be able to provide these projects, help with certain projects, help with the teacher grants, help with our scholarships and everything the foundation does. And it's the one that brings in the most money for our year, so that's what we do, and just by the first of the year, get it in. But we like to send it out this time of year. It is always the giving season, and
Toohill explains the CCEF takes pride in the fact they make a lot of investments in the school district that give a lot of kids opportunities they may not have otherwise.
So we've partnered with Read Across Clinton. They've helped us with certain things, so we help them, and that's making sure that kids in the elementary schools get a book. They have a book. We make sure they have one over the summer, and then when school starts, I believe they get a book. One example of one of the teacher grants we did, we got a router for one of the shop rooms, I believe in the junior high, so that they could use that in their wood class. And then another one was similar to on the playground, some interactive stuff in some of the special education classes at CES. So to help the nonverbal kids be more able to interact with their peers and great things from it. If you're unfamiliar, it's the sixth graders. We fund an opportunity for them to be able to go up to Heartland and Normal, and they do the Challenger experience. And when I was a sixth grader, I got to do it too, and it's super exciting. They split you in two groups, and one group is in what they call mission control, and then another group is on Mars, and you have to, some task comes up, or for example, for me, an asteroid was coming, so we had to deal with that, get that all squared away so we could get the people on Mars back home. But super interactive, super exciting, super fun, and we always hear the kids love it. I loved it. Another big thing, if there's any seniors listening or parents or grandparents of seniors or juniors, CCEF funds the dual credit classes through Richland, so the students do not have to pay that out of pocket. And if they do not want to take Richland classes, but they want to take advanced placement AP classes, and I just found out we're offering AP history in Clinton now. When I was at Clinton High School, they didn't. I think that's awesome. And so we pay, the foundation pays for the test fees to take that test. And if you score high enough on the advanced placement test, you do not have to take that class in college. So it's very good for those students who want to get a bit ahead.
Two Hill points anyone interested in being a part of the CCEF or supporting them to visit ccef15.org or find them on Facebook. A Central Illinois lawmaker is disappointed in the results of last week's election that saw Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker reelected and the Illinois Democrats increase its supermajority. State Representative Dan Calkins told Regional Radio on the WHOW morning show on Monday it was disappointing because Illinois Republicans felt the environment was right for better results in Illinois.
Disappointed. We really thought we had a chance to do much better. Maybe wishful thinking. You know, people we're looking back now. We're looking at trends and voter turnout and what happened. Surprisingly, the Republican voters didn't turn out as strong as we had expected. And we got to go figure out why that happened. But it's not all bad. You know, the outcome is bad. But you look back at Governor Pritzker, and he spent $154 million to get reelected, and he only got about 54% of the vote in a blue state. I mean, the other constitutional officers, for Secretary of State, Treasurer, and whatnot, they got almost 60% of the vote, and of course they didn't spend near the money that Pritzker spent. So I think the takeaway from that is that there's a lot of dissatisfaction with the direction that the state is going. If I were Governor Pritzker, I'd be wondering what happened and thinking about, well, how does this affect my ambitions to run for president of the United States? So it's just disappointing to have happened. We really thought we'd do much better.
According to Representative Calkins, the new map drawn by Illinois Democrats ensured Republicans in Illinois would not do well in the election, and it played out as they wanted. He also believes Democrats' spending on races was a key difference.
Well, first and foremost, of course, is the map. We had a brand new map, and those maps were drawn to increase Democrats' stranglehold on our General Assembly. No question about it. Also on the Illinois Supreme Court and the congressional districts. Those maps were drawn by very astute professional people to make sure that the Republicans didn't have a chance in this last election. And we fought over it, and this is what you get when you don't have a fair map. The other part of it, obviously, is the imbalance in spending. The Democrats outspent the Republican candidates 6 or 7 to 1. Makes a difference, I think, in messaging. The media in Illinois is very biased for these liberal policies and the Democrat candidates, and it's very hard, for someone to get their message through that doesn't have a lot of money to pay these major market radio and TV stations.
With Democrats increasing their majority in Springfield and keeping control of the governorship, Representative Calkins is now unsure what policies they'll pursue next.
So that's a great question, Seth. I don't know. I mean, the governor promised to sit down and talk, have collaborative effort to try to fix some of the problems that even the Democrats admit are flaws in that law, but I don't know now. We've seen nothing, and January 1st is coming. I know there's a lawsuit up in Kankakee. It's all of the state's attorneys and sheriffs have a lawsuit that's being heard up in Kankakee later this month. The state's attorney that filed the first lawsuit is from Kankakee, and he's a Democrat. So what does that say? I don't know. Maybe things haven't gotten bad enough, is what I've told a couple of my other friends. Maybe the bad power bills and the grocery bills and the gas prices and public safety and our schools haven't gotten bad enough that people are up in arms, so to speak, politically to come out and vote and try to change the direction of this state.
The Safety Act in Illinois was something Illinois Republicans tried to campaign on late in the process. Representative Calkins is unsure of what the future of that legislation will be. He notes the lawsuit in Kankakee County, but isn't sure if Illinois Democrats were serious about cleaning up some of the language in the bill he calls poorly written. It's 18 minutes after the hour here on this Tuesday morning. We've got plenty more to get to coming your way on the WHOW Morning Show.
Are you a friend of agriculture? This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. We're giving a $500 Friends of Ag discount to anyone that orders a new Chevrolet or Buick to be built just for you this month. Are you a friend of ag? You are if you're a member of any ag organization employed by any ag-related business, including research, inputs, manufacturing, sales, and marketing, and of course, ag education. Come in, order yours today. BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
I'm weatherology meteorologist Derek Height with a significant weather update. A winter weather advisory begins at midnight tonight and continues until noon tomorrow. A winter weather advisory means we can expect accumulating snow or even blowing snow at times. A mix of sleet and light freezing rain sometimes accompany these winter weather systems as well. Be prepared for slippery road conditions and give yourself extra time if traveling. As with all winter weather events, if you're traveling, always keep a winter survival kit with you. A winter weather advisory begins at midnight tonight and continues until noon tomorrow. Stay tuned for additional updates. I'm meteorologist Derek Height.
19 minutes after 7 o'clock is news time on this Tuesday morning. We stream news to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Harvest is wrapping up in Illinois with nearly 6 days suitable for field work. Crop statistician Mark Schleusner says harvest progress is moving along.
For corn, 94% of acres have been harvested. That compares to 94 1 year ago and 91% normally. The soybean crop was 98% harvested compared to 92 last year and 94 normally.
Schleusner looks at the state's winter wheat crop.
For winter wheat in Illinois, 74% of acres have emerged compared to 69% 1 year ago and 81 for the 5-year average. The condition of the winter wheat crop in Illinois improved to 8% very poor to poor, 57 fair, and 35% good to excellent.
Average statewide topsoil moisture came in at 11% very short, 17% short, 71% adequate, and 1% surplus. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources is issuing some reminders about hunting safety. The most frequent cause for hunting accidents is insecure tree stands, says State Conservation Police Officer Zach Williams. So what does a safe tree stand look like?
I would say nice fresh straps, no moss, no dirt, mold, whatever in the straps. The straps are the biggest thing. That's what holds the whole tree stand to the tree. Just make sure all of that is up to date because ultimately it's your life on the line.
That would include,
I would say, hunters slipping on dew-covered ladder rungs, stepping through broken or rotten support straps, falling from a shifting tree stand, or losing balance and falling when taking a shot from the stand. We've also had hunters fall from their stands while they doze off, and we've had hunters fall from stands that have been out in the elements for too long.
Hunters are also reminded to wear required blaze orange or pink while out in the woods to check that their firearm is working properly and to be sure of their target before pulling the trigger. School districts across the state are facing a teacher shortage like never before. In some parts of Illinois, the shortage is so severe, districts are pulling back class offerings and making larger class sizes. Mark Jontry serves as the regional superintendent for McLean, Logan, Livingston, and DeWitt counties.
In the fall, at the start of school, I'll just give you an example. We had one high school at the end of last year had their full math department staff was 3 math teachers, and they had to start the fall this semester with no certified math teachers. They've since been able to rectify that a little bit as the year has started, but that just gives you an example. People are leaving the profession for other reasons, or they're going to other school districts maybe that are paying more, or other reasons. But as we started this fall, we had as many vacancies as we've ever had in terms of certified positions going unfilled or having to either be filled by substitutes, or schools in some cases, in extreme cases, just ended up not being able to offer that section or that program.
Jontry says some teachers are leaving the profession altogether. Some are exploring higher paying jobs outside of their districts. In addition, districts are looking for more substitutes to fill the gaps. The fall veto session is ready to start this week at the state capitol. Governor Pritzker says he expects a few top priorities to be set by lawmakers. That includes both further protecting the right to have an abortion in Illinois and further strengthening gun laws.
The fact is, whether we get it done in November, we get it done in January and early in the session, whenever that may be, we are going to work on passing an assault weapon ban and making sure that we are protecting women's reproductive rights by expanding capacity and in making the investments that are necessary here in our state to protect women.
The veto session begins today. Christmas shopping starts in earnest soon, and you may be searching for the perfect gift. The Better Business Bureau says it's always a good idea to get your shopping done early, but especially so this year, as the economy over the last few years has caused microchip shortage and supply chain issues. Better Business Bureau investigator Don O'Brien says those two scenarios may impact your ability to find the perfect gift.
If I have anybody on my list that needs something that's electronic, I'm going to probably try to buy that sooner rather than later, because if I wait around, my loved one's probably not going to get what he or she wants. So I'm talking, even iPhones. If you want an Apple Watch, if you want to Google whatever your electronic company of choice is, those things are going to be in high demand and short supplies.
If you are fortunate to find what you want, O'Brien says it's important to obtain and keep receipts for all purchases in case the recipient needs to return an item. Many stores will provide gift receipts upon request, which allows returns, but don't show the receipt how much you paid for an item. Don't listen to this next report unless you want to hear the unexpurgated truth about Thanksgiving. Gary Crawford has a hard-hitting story. 28 minutes after the hour on this Tuesday. Coverage of the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. News brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters. A look at local sports comes your way next. Yesterday, the Clinton Lady Maroons girls basketball team opened the 22-23 high school season with a victory over Olympia from the Turkey Tussle. We highlight that victory. We also highlight the 9th year of the Clinton High School Turkey Tussle. It's already 9 years that it's been happening in Clinton in conjunction with Riverton. Clinton Athletic Director Matt Keppel talks about the partnership with Riverton High School for the annual holiday tournament. The Blue Ridge Lady Knights basketball team, girls basketball team, opened the 22-23 season with a victory last night as well. And Illinois got 30 points from transfer Terrence Shannon Jr., routing Monmouth in college men's basketball last night from the State Farm Center in Champaign. Those stories and much more coming your way next in local sports. We get another look at that weather forecast. Stu Ellis has the farm gate. We get a look at the markets, that ag weather forecast, and programming from the RFD radio network as well. All that and more coming your way next right here on the WHOW Morning Show. Get news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Well, the governorship of Arizona will apparently be switching from Republican to Democrat. The election outcome in Nevada, just the opposite. Republican Joe Lombardo is Nevada's governor-elect. Republicans just a seat away from commanding the majority in the House, 14 races yet to be called. Tonight, former President Trump planning an announcement from his Florida home. He's expected to say that he is running for president again. What Mr. Trump has called a special announcement is set for 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Classes have been canceled at the University of Virginia, Charlottesville, the campus mourning the fatal shooting of 3 of the university's football players. On Wall Street, stock futures pointing to a higher open. Right now, the Dow futures 208 points higher. NASDAQ futures up 207. More details at srnnews.com.
With SRN Sports, I'm Jim Bartow. National Basketball Association scores Charlotte 112 over Orlando 105. Toronto 115 to Detroit's 111. Miami defeated Phoenix 113 to 112. Boston gets past Oklahoma City 126 to 122. It was the Clippers 122, Houston 106. Atlanta defeated Milwaukee 121 to 106. And Golden State clobbered San Antonio 132 to 95. In the NHL, the Islanders over Ottawa 4-2. Carolina shuts out Chicago 3-0. Calgary beat Los Angeles 6-5, and St. Louis slips past Colorado 3-2. The Eagles' bid for an undefeated season is over. The Washington Commanders took advantage of turnover-prone Philadelphia to stun the Eagles 32-21 Monday night and send them to their first loss in 9 games this season. This is SRN Sports. 3 University of Virginia football players killed in an on-campus shooting are being remembered by head coach Tony Elliott as incredible young men with huge aspirations and extremely bright futures. Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry were returning from a class trip Sunday night when authorities say they were killed by a fellow student. The young men were athletes who'd been journeying through varying periods of transition in their college football careers. One was bouncing back from a season-ending injury, another had changed positions on the team, and yet another had recently transferred in from the University of Wisconsin. North Carolina and Gonzaga are 1-2 in the first regular season men's college basketball poll from the Associated Press. Third is Houston, and fourth is Kentucky. Seattle's Julio Rodriguez and Atlanta's Michael Harris II are baseball's Rookies of the Year. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. As heard here on WHOW, the Clinton Lady Maroons defeated Olympia 36-35 Monday night at the first night of the Clinton High School Turkey Tussle. The Lady Maroons were led by the Surf Pro player of the game, Regan Filkin, with 7 points. Olympia was led by Kat Springer's 8 points. The Lady Maroons move to 1-0 overall. Olympia falls to 0-1. Hear our next Lady Maroons broadcast Monday, November 28th, and tune in Tuesday, November 22nd, as the Clinton High School boys basketball team takes on Illini Central at Mount Pulaski. Hear the game live on the Big 1520 AM, 92.3 FM, and 106.5 FM, WHOW, online at DeWittDailyNews.com, at the WHOW mobile app, and at Amazon Alexa. Well, as mentioned, the Clinton High School Thanksgiving Turkey Tussle Holiday Girls Basketball Tournament kicked off last night and started up a few seasons ago. It is turning into a premier holiday tournament in Central Illinois. In its 9th year already, Clinton High School Athletic Director Matt Keppel says it is a great way to bring in great competition for a week of good high school girls basketball.
You know, this is my 5th year doing it, so getting the hang of it pretty good. So we have a couple new teams in this year. You know, St. Teresa and Eureka are new this year. We had Tri-Valley and Buffalo Tri-City dropped out, so it's always good to bring in some really good competition. You know, Eureka's a 6-time HOI City Conference championship in a row. So, you know, we're definitely not dodging the talent level. I mean, you got the other bracket, you got Porter and them. We had, I want to say, either 5 or 6 out of the 8 teams in this tournament won regionals last year. So, and I think the other one's like one of us. We played for one. So it's a very deep tournament. I think there's kind of that catch-22 sometimes of that. You definitely want to bring in the talent so that people want to come watch and other teams want to be a part of it. So we've kind of added some things to it, which I think has really, you know, made it a very, very good opening weekend tournament.
Clinton has been the co-host of the tournament with Riverton. Keppel explains they host half the field, and then the crossover games all take place at Clinton High School on Saturday.
Riverton will host half of it. They host the other pool. So there's games on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights. We host one pool, they host the other pool, and then on Saturday we all play here and we play the crossover game. So it works out really good. You know, Riverton's only about 40 minutes down the road. So, and a lot of the teams that are over there are from the Springfield/Morton area. So it really is a good tournament.
The Clinton Lady Maroons are back in action at the Turkey Tussle tonight at 7 o'clock, taking on Decatur St. Teresa. They'll finish pool play Thursday evening at 7 o'clock against Eureka. Olympia, Decatur St. Teresa, and Eureka are in the Clinton High School pool, while Riverton, Porta, Mount Pulaski, and DMAC are in the Riverton pool. Phoebe Reynolds hit a game-tying three-pointer with 10 seconds to play in regulation, and Ava Austin hit both ends of a one-in-the-bonus free throw to seal a 36-34 victory over Donovan for the Blue Ridge Lady Knights in the opener of the 2022-23 high school girls basketball season Monday night at Donovan High School. Reynolds and Austin each finished with 12 points for Blue Ridge. The Lady Knights are 1-0 on the season. Terrence Shannon Jr. had a career-high 30 points and 8 rebounds, leading 19th-ranked Illinois to a 103-65 win over Monmouth Monday night. Freshman guard Jalen Epps scored a season-high 21. Dane Danger finished with 15 points on 7 of 9 shooting for the 3-0 Illini. Andrew Ball scored 13 to lead Monmouth. Jack Collins had 12. Illinois made its first 5 shots. 4 of them were threes and hit 9 of its first 12 to sprint out to a 24-9 lead. It was a sharp contrast from a 1-for-18 start from the field in a win over Kansas City last Friday. Illinois led 8-0 just 44 seconds in, thanks to a 3 by Shannon, a steal and a layup from R.J. Melendez, and a 3 from Sky Clark. Clark pushed the Illini lead to double digits with a decisive crossover in transition and a layup, part of a 31-5 run that included 4 buckets from Shannon and 4 buckets from Danger. Clark finished with a season-high 6 assists. Illinois led 63-33 at the intermission, shooting 76.7% in the first half. Monmouth coach King Rice credited the Illini's ball movement and said having multiple players who can knock down perimeter shots makes them difficult to slow down. Illinois now heads to Las Vegas to take on 8th-ranked UCLA Friday. Brandon Saad scored a quirky goal in the second period to break a tie. Jordan Bennington stopped 45 shots as the St. Louis Blues weathered a late 6-on-3 situation to beat the defending champion Colorado Avalanche 3-2 Monday night. Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou scored for St. Louis, who had their moms join them on the trip to Denver, And Chicago, St. Louis committed 2 late penalties, tripping and a delay of game calls to go down 2 skaters. And when the Avalanche pulled goalie Alexander Georgiev for an extra attacker, the Blues dodged a 6-on-3 disadvantage in the final minute to win their 3rd straight. On his goal, Saad was passing down low when the puck deflected off the skate of defenseman Cale Macker, then bounced in past Georgiev's skate, and that was pressed against the post. Mikko Rantanen and Arturi Lankinen had goals for a banged-up Avalanche team that had won 4 in a row. Georgiev stopped 36 shots. Fresh off being named the league's first star of the week, Rantanen scored the game's first goal on a feed from Nathan McKinnon in the 2nd period. Rantanen had 20 points at home, has 20 points at home this season, which leads the NHL. Colorado's advantage did not last long as Thomas tied it 2 minutes and 20 seconds later. He sped past McKinnon to score on a shot that hit off the post, bounced down, and appeared to be knocked in by Georgiev. Kyrou gave the Blues a 3-1 lead with a power play goal just 13 seconds into the 3rd. The team has only 4 goals that were faster to a start of 3rd period, according to NHL stats. Lankinen made it a 1-goal game early in the 3rd, but Bennington came up big, stopping 18 shots in the final period. The Blues finish a 3-game trip at Chicago Wednesday. Rookie Porter Kykjev had 27 saves in his first career shutout as the Carolina Hurricanes beat the Blackhawks 3-0 Monday night. Martinook and Jordan Stahl each had a goal and an assist for Carolina. Andrei Shekhinev scored his team-leading 12th. Brent Burns had 2 assists. Kokachev wasn't heavily tested throughout the game, but made some timely close stops in his 2nd start this season and 5th of his career. Chicago had its best chances in the 3rd period as Kokachev seemed to get even sharper. The 23-year-old is the first goalie in Hurricanes Hartford Whalers franchise history to win his first 5 regular season games. The 6'3" Russian native made 2 starts last season. He was recalled from the minors last week after Frederick Anderson was placed on injured reserve with a lower body injury. He stopped 20 of 22 shots in a 7-2 win over Edmonton Thursday in his season debut. Chicago's Peter Mrazek blocked 29 shots as the Blackhawks were blanked for the 3rd time this season. They'll host the Blues on Wednesday. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your regional radio forecast. A winter weather advisory continues until noon today. Chance for snow today, otherwise overcast skies. Highs around 36, winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles